Good morning, people. I just landed in your town.
Welcome to the podcast. I put the fry in Black Friday. Hashtag just saying.
Black Fridays are crazy.
We are coming to you
Live!
live-ish. Well, we're alive.
Live at this moment.
It is currently Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. We came out of our turkey coma early to bring you the show.
Yay!
Mm-hmm. Okay. Wait. No, I want to tell you something that happened to me last night.
Well, tell us.
I shall. Now, you listen to this. Oh, by the way, I'm Tara.
I'm still Sean.
All right. Now we got those pleasantries out of the way.
In case you didn't know us.
Yes. Well, I've learned that on when I do my other show. When I do the radio show, every time Jay and I do the intro, and he's like, "You have to introduce yourself, so say your name, blah blah blah." So I was like, you know what? I don't do that on the podcast. I said we should do that more. So I'm trying to remember to tell people who we are more.
We do it on the location shoots.
We do, but we don't do it here. Because we just like, oh, everybody knows who we are by now.
Hello.
Hello, San Francisco. And we lost San Francisco. San Diego. Hello, San Diego.
Hey, Callie.
Yes. Okay. This is something that happened to me last night. Well, shall I say the wee hours this morning. I have no. Okay, let me just get into this. Well, because I was hesitant to talk about it, but it was really, really strange. So, and I want to get people's opinion on this. So I'm going to tell you the story, and then if it's happened to you or something similar, I'd like you to let me know. So you don't have to if you don't want to, but you can reach us on Facebook. We're the word hashtag just saying on Facebook, Instagram, and then if you want to email me your personal story, it's the word hashtag just saying podcast at gmail.com.
We would love to hear from you.
We would. So you can, or if you have any, we're going to talk about Black Friday stories a little later. So if you have any cool Black Friday stories, something that you saw that was completely effed up, let us know. But I'm going to tell you this story. Okay. So I went to my nephew's for Thanksgiving, which I may or may not discuss later on. So now Jay and I came home. We watched a little TV. I know. And then we watched, I watched a little bit of the Giants game.
Oh!
And then, that was a big boo.
I watched 3/4 of that.
They make me so sad.
Wow. Nobody can catch a ball.
Everybody's out injured. It just sucks. So then it was like Jay had to get up early, and I was kind of like bleh. So I said, let's just go to bed. So we went to bed. Now I woke up because I'm old. I woke up in the middle of the night and had to go to the bathroom. Right? Do you have to wake up and pee?
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm glad it wasn't like I've hit an age bracket.
1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, or
Yes. 4. Yes, it was like 2, we'll say 2:30. It had to have been somewhere between 2 and 2:30. That's my usual time. Mm-hmm. Okay? And if I'm lucky, then I can sleep till the alarm. But sometimes I'm up again at like 4 or 5 because I have to pee again. And I don't understand why, and I don't like it.
I hate having to get up to pee before the alarm goes off.
Oh, God, yes.
Within that last hour that you can sleep.
Because then it's like, do I bother to go back to bed? Or do I just stay up?
Oh, I go back.
I choose to go back always,
mm-hmm.
But then I'm like, this was just stupid. I should have just stayed up. So I got up to go to the bathroom, all right? And this story is both partially a little bit creepy and partially, like, very funny. Now, I went to the bathroom. Now, I don't know what goes on in your personal life, folks. But usually it's just my husband and I here. We very rarely close bathroom doors. So the bathroom door was open. I was going to the bathroom. Now, my husband has a CPAP machine, okay? It makes this very specific noise. Now, the dog, we have a dog. You hear her on the podcast sometimes. She's either sleeping happily on the sofa because I'm not in her spot, or she's in the game room because she loves that sofa. So, she's sleeping somewhere, right? Hang on. There's one. Oh, yeah, get it all out. So, there's that, okay?
I was trying to see where she is. I can't see her.
She's probably in the game room. It's the middle of the afternoon. She's sunning in the game room. So, I went to the bathroom. Now, I go to the bathroom. I know that's, might be disgusting to some people. Everybody's got to pee.
We all go.
I'm sorry. Everybody's got to pee. I'm sorry. So I was in the bathroom, and I swear to you, I heard, hey! Hey! While I'm trying to pee. And I was like, hey? And I thought it was Jay. Sometimes Jay does talk in his sleep, but it's very rare.
Jay didn't say hey?
I don't think Jay said hey. And I couldn't really hear his CPAP from the bathroom, but I heard just, hey! And I was like, what the fuck? I legitimately thought somebody was outside my window going, hey! Now, this gets worse, right? So, I'm washing my hands because the deed is done. And all of a sudden, I hear, you.
What?
You. I'm not fucking around.
Where the hell is this coming from?
I don't know. Now, here's the thing. Because it was the middle of the night, but I mean, I was awake enough to know, I'm sitting on the toilet, I'm going to the bathroom, and washing my hands. I was, it wasn't like I was in a twilight sleep. I was pretty much, awake enough to walk to the bathroom and then walk back to bed. I don't know what it was. It could have been an outside noise that just sounded like yoo-hoo. But,
Yoo-hoo.
yes, that's exactly. It was like, yoo-hoo. Like they were trying to get my attention.
Hey.
Exactly.
I see you.
It was hey and yoo-hoo. Somebody wanted me to know. And I was like, what the fuck? It could very well have been a drunk neighbor. It could have very well have been anything. But I was like, and I went back to bed and I got on the covers and I was like, I was listening for more noises. I'm like, if I hear anything else, I'm waking up Jay. Anything else.
Doesn't this sound like it was outside the house?
Yes. Well, I don't know. I don't know.
If it's coming from inside, you have a visitor.
I was in the bathroom, though. So, I mean, it could have come from the living room or whatever. But, I just was fixated on the living room windows. What is happening? It freaked me out. It really did. And I was like, oh, but thank God I'm in the bathroom.
I'm trying to picture the view from over there. So you'd be like this.
From the bathroom, all I can see is the front door.
You gotta watch the YouTube version to see what I was talking about on that one.
Yeah, we filmed the podcast. We throw it up on YouTube. So, I was like, oh my God. Now, I haven't really spoken to Jay today, so I can't wait to tell him that story later. He's gonna be like, what the fuck? It could have been an actual, I don't know what the hell it was, but that's what it sounded like. Hey and yoo-hoo.
That's weird late at night.
To hear yoo-hoo, yes. Because that's not something that, hey, yoo-hoo.
Oh, because it happened, last night?
Yes.
I would have, if I was you, I would have wanted to hear, I just got a good deal at Black Friday.
I just saved a bundle on my car insurance. Exactly.
Woo!
Now, really, I don't know if it was one of those things where it was I was sleepy and hearing things. So that's why I was kind of putting it out there. If anybody has had that kind of same situation, to by God let me know. Because I was just like, what is happening?
I myself.
Huh?
I'd be a little weirded out myself.
I was! And then I was like, maybe I should set up my phone, like, pointed toward my bedroom door, like, just in case I hear anything else. Yeah, I didn't. I was like, I'm going to bed. F this shit. F it.
You're watching the YouTube video and you're wondering why I'm kind of sitting back.
It's because of the sun.
Yeah, we're recording during the afternoon and the light's coming through the window and it's making my face look white as a ghost.
I don't care. I'm pale anyway.
Ooh.
Yoo-hoo!
Yoo-hoo!
What? Like...
Wilderness girls.
Sorry about the cough. Hey. So, but like, I was thinking of that, and then I said, that's like a very, alright, if it was, like, I'm a skeptic, I say it all the time, so I'm going to say it again, but if that was something paranormal, how brazen of a ghost would that have to be like, you?
What you doing in there?
I know! Like, how, I don't know, I was like, that is messed up.
Well, at the same time, you are a skeptic.
I am.
But yeah, I presented some evidence to you on our shoots.
I know.
So you're starting to become somewhat of a believer, but you're still a skeptic.
I try to maintain my skepticism. But we have been places and heard things that I've just been like, oh my God, what the hell is that? And then we try to figure it out. We can't figure it out. Oh.
We were recently at Fort Revere again.
Yes.
The first time we were there, I caught an orb. Just kind of manifest right in front of my camera and just shot to my left. And we went back the next week, and I left the digital recorder in the same bunker.
Right.
It was just us in the whole place, and we went to another bunker, like 2 over. There's 4 altogether.
Mm-hmm.
So we just let it record for 15 minutes, and upon review, it sounds like someone's walking around there.
Yeah.
You hear shuffling, footsteps.
Well, you got also like a humming.
Yes.
Did you not? Were you actually video recording at the same time? Or was it just
when
the
I got the
digital?
humming at the cemetery?
Yeah.
I was.
Oh, okay.
I haven't actually gone over that yet.
Because I haven't. I don't know. Were you filming at all?
I was filming, but I think
okay.
at that moment I did mention that my battery just almost was dead.
Oh, okay.
Like the battery logo was flashing.
Yeah.
But that, actually, yeah. At one point it did shut off on me.
Oh, alright. Well, fuck.
I hope it didn't shut off when I got the humming.
Well, yeah, I was like, oh, because I haven't, we have so many other,
I should go over that.
we have so many location videos, and I've just been, like, going crazy trying to get some stuff done, but, hopefully we get some more of those up, but Sean got, like, this weird humming. It was very strange.
Yeah, she was
Very
in
creepy.
her car. We were in a cemetery.
Yeah.
It's known to have 2 adults and a 2-year-old child.
Mm-hmm.
Roman, quote, Roman. Allegedly Roman.
Are you saying Roman or roaming?
Roaming.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant, like, Roman.
Walking around.
I was gonna say, oh. I don't know what to say.
But,
Yeah.
I was standing there with a video recorder and a digital recorder and just trying to ask one of the 3 to make the presence known, and I didn't hear it with my own ears. But when I went on review, it sounds like somebody was a few feet away from me humming and sounded like a female.
Right. Yeah, it's very strange.
Pretty cool.
Indeed. So, we're moving subjects now.
We
Now,
always drift off, but we come back.
Yes. Now I have the perfect lead-in for the thing that you want to talk about, right?
Good.
So I know. I was as pre-mentioned, I was at my nephew's for Thanksgiving. So it was my nephew, his younger brother, my nephew's wife, my little nephew's girlfriend, and
Ronnie,
then
Bobby, Rick, Mike.
I know. And then my other nephew, which would be their cousin, right? So they were all kind of situated in like a room adjacent to the kitchen, not a dining room, but a room. It has a fireplace. My nephew uses it as like a little office. So I hear them while I'm in the kitchen getting myself some iced tea. And, oh, no. You know what? Let me tell, because I'm like, yeah, let me tell this other thing real quick. So, one of the guests was my nephew's wife, her grandfather. He's a little man. He's very sweet. I love him. And I see him. I say, "Hey, Tony, how are you?" He said, "Oh, sweetheart, how are you?" I said, "I'm great." So we're talking, and then I cough, which the poor video YouTube people have had to suffer with my coughing for about a month now.
It's getting a little better.
The audio people are aces because you guys don't get that. It's much easier to edit out a cough on audio.
Yep.
So I cough and he goes, oh God. And he's like, "Sweetheart, is that you?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he goes, What is that?" And I said, "Well, I'm coughing." And he goes, "I know." And then he goes, oh God. And then he goes, you should see someone. And I said, I did see someone. And he goes, "Oh, they didn't fix you." I said, "No, they didn't fix me. They gave me an antibiotic and sent me on my way." And he goes, "Oh."
Did you get like a 5-day supply? That was it?
Yeah, I got the Z-Pack, which is like a 5-day thing, and then it's done. And then,
You needed more than 5.
I certainly did. So, he goes, "Oh." And he goes, Do you have any tea at home? Do you have any tea? And I said, "Well, yeah, I got some iced tea." He goes, "No, not iced tea. No." He's like, "You don't need that." And I said, "Well, yeah, I do. I like iced tea." He goes, "No, regular tea, real tea." And I said, "Well, no, I don't have any of that." He goes, "Oh, get some." And I said, "Is that going to fix me?" And he goes, "No." And he gave me a recipe, and I'm going to give it to you people. If you get sick, use it and let me know if it works for you. But you must be 21. I prefaced that with this. So he goes, "Oh, you know what you got to do?" And I said, "What?" And he goes, "Oh." He goes, you make your tea." And I said, "Yeah." He goes, "You take brandy." And I said, "I am on board with this, Tony. Let's do it." And he goes, "You take brandy." So you put a little in. He's like, "Put some in your tea." He goes, "A cup of sugar and a cup of honey." And he's like, "You like honey, don't you?" And I said, "Sure I do. It's sweet like me." And he goes, "Yeah, it is." He's like, "You are sweet." And I said, "I know." So, he goes, "You take that?" He goes, "Gone. Cough gone." And he goes, "I was sick." He goes, "Doctor couldn't help me." He goes, "I went home, I make this, next day, boom, gone." He's like, "Cough go away." And I'm like, "Okay, I like when cough go away." He's like, you try. And I'm like, "Well, I don't have brandy in my house." And he's like, "Oh." And he gives me this disgusted look like, "Why wouldn't you have brandy in your house?" He's like, "I suggest you get brandy." And I said, "Well, the holidays are coming, so I might need brandy."
I'm also laughing at you saying that because you're talking about Brandy the liquor.
Yeah.
My dog's name is Brandy. And I have a friend named Brandy.
No, there you go.
Who enjoys our show.
That's a lot of brandies in one thing. All right, so now I got that out of the way. Sorry, guys. I'm dying. So, I went into the kitchen. Well, we're going backwards now. I'm like a Tarantino film. I'm going to flash back. So, I'm in the kitchen, and I'm hearing my nephew. Now, I didn't hear the beginning of the conversation, but I hear him say, "Oh, it's voiced by Nick Kroll." So I automatically knew what he was talking about, and in a minute, Sean and I will tell you why. So I poked my head in the room, and I said, "Oh, you talking about this show?" And he goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "Have you seen it?" And I said, "Yeah, I've seen like 5 or 6 episodes." I was like, me and my friends watched it the other day, and he's like, "Oh, it's so good." And I said, "Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty funny." And he goes, "Oh," and then he starts talking to me about like a little bit of the episodes. And because this is an adult show with very adult themes,
yes,
he went from looking like thrilled that I knew what he was talking about to looking absolutely horrified that he was talking to his aunt about this disgusting show.
You can hear the scratching of the record.
Yeah, I was like, zzz, and he was like, "Oh, I'm talking to you about this," and now I'm very uncomfortable about it.
Yes.
So I was like, "Don't worry, Chris, we'll we'll forget this conversation ever happened." I went back an hour later and they were all smoking weed. He's like, "Oh, Tara, you want..." "No, I don't want any weed, thank you." Thanks,
maybe
but no.
Maybe a help cough go gone.
I know, maybe cough go. Maybe cough finally go. So what show were they talking about, Sean?
It's called Big Mouth.
Oh.
It's on Netflix. And yes, it's an adult. pretty much an adult cartoon show.
Oh, very adult.
Adult themes, but situations that everyone goes through. It has to do with 7th and 8th graders going through puberty.
Oh, and everything that's involved with that.
Literally. And some of the kids have this. I don't know if I can't tell if the parents can see the monster guy or not.
I don't think it's the parents can see.
I think it's one of those invisible friends.
Yes.
But the kids have this monster guy that appears and disappears.
The puberty monster.
It's a hormone monster.
Oh, that's what it is. The hormone monster.
And the girls have the monstrous.
Yes.
So there's a male and a female version. Because in one episode, girls are horny too. It's a hilarious show.
Yes.
You need to have a great sense of humor for it. If you're easily offended, don't even go near it.
I would say no.
From what I've heard, there's already controversy on it that a lot of parents or adults are trying to get it ripped off Netflix. So I'd say watch it while you can, if you got a good sense of humor.
See, now here's the thing. Okay, you know what? I can say this. It reminded me a lot, and probably just because Nick Kroll's involved in it, but it reminded me a lot of Sausage Party.
Yes.
So if you loved Sausage Party,
you'll love this.
Watch this, you'll love it. Now, I wanted to show it to my husband, and I was like, oh, I bet Jay would think this was really funny. But see, Jay doesn't have, like a lot of people now, where we have so much entertainment and so much access. Jay doesn't have the ability to, like, not binge. Mm-hmm. So if he liked it, I'd have to go through the whole thing. Mm-hmm. And you and I had just, I and Joe had just started watching it, and I think we're like 5-6 episodes in.
I think 6.
And there's only 10, so probably the next time we hang out, we'll probably whack it all out. Which is a poor choice of words, but sorry.
That's the type of stuff that you would hear on the show.
So I said I'll just wait till we're all done with it, and then I'll show it to him, because I don't want to get like ahead or whatever. I want like, it's funny because it's one of those things, like, you want your natural reaction to it. It's like, oh my God, what is happening with the show? Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
That's how you're feeling as you're laughing your ass off at the jokes.
Yeah. And it's fun. You know what's messed up is one of the characters is voiced by John Mulaney, and he's a stand-up comedian. He's also a writer. He was a consultant on the Hulu show Difficult People, which is a great show, and Hulu actually canceled it. So 3 seasons all we're gonna get out of that, and I'm pissed. He also had like his own little show, like the Mulaney Show or something, but that didn't even really make it past like 4 or 5 episodes. But his stand-up is actually really good, and I follow him on social media, and I'm like, how is John Mulaney in this? And I didn't even notice. And I went back to like in his posts, and he had posted about it back in like September, and I hit like on the post, and I was like, I liked the post, and then it just completely slipped my mind. I was like, fucking hell. That just goes to show you, sometimes on Instagram you just hit like, and then you walk away.
Yeah, that's how I feel like some people do with our show. Like, okay, well, we're happy that you liked us, now how about you listen to us?
Oh.
Well, just see how funny we are.
See how funny we are. That's debatable. Anyway, so I was just like, this whole thing, like, I won't even go over the subject matter. You really should just watch it yourself.
6th and 7th grade, 6th and 7th elementary school kids.
Yeah.
Going through puberty. Starting.
Yeah. It's just, oh my God. Like the first episode, I was like, what the fuck is this?
Called ejaculation.
Like, it's just, like, and people, like, when South Park first came out, people were like, oh my God. Mm-hmm. Like, this is just on a completely different level. Mm-hmm. Oh.
It's kind of like the new South Park.
The new South Park. I know, right? I don't know if they're going to do a season 2, but I
I hope.
I actually really hope that they do.
I hope they're in works of it now so they can get it on there.
Yeah.
Before it gets ripped off.
I don't have any, what do you call that? I don't have any background on any controversy about it because I should have looked it up prior to the show and I did not. So I don't know how bad the outcry is. The problem is that people see things that are animated and then they automatically think, well, I'll let little Johnny watch that.
Why don't you screen it first?
Yeah, and like nobody bothers to read the thing. It's like those parents who go out, and I'm not trying to, if whatever, but it's like those parents who go out and say, well, I'll buy my son this new video game, and then they get upset because like the people are disemboweling each other on it, and it's like, well, if you just read the back, they have a little thing that says, violence and
they got ratings on these things.
Yes, everything's rated. Absolutely. And people still are like, well, I didn't know. My bad.
I just hate the fact that even these days, after all this time,
Yeah?
people who either don't have a sense of humor or are offended easily,
Yeah.
they still can't just either turn it off or change the channel.
Oh, yeah. Because people have to tell you what you should be watching.
Yeah. Fuck you. I watch what I want to watch. If you have a problem with it, don't watch it. Don't listen to it.
Oh my god! That's your fault. You made me laugh. Wow.
It's that easy to do, but
Wow.
no one can just do it.
Well, no, because it's like, this is. I find this offensive. Like people think that their opinion is like. It's like, this. Yeah. It's like, well, I find that offensive. Well, so the fuck what?
Yeah.
It's like,
I don't. You do? Tough shit.
Yeah. It's like this old, this British comedian, Stephen Fry, when people come up to him and talk about, like, well, I'm offended by language and blah, 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 and he's like, you have the right to be offended, but you don't have the right to tell me to be offended.
Right.
I'm paraphrasing, because he's British, so there was probably 82 different words. It was probably like a 12-minute soliloquy he did about it, but that's basically the essence of what he said. It's like, well, if you're offended, and you don't have the right to tell me to be offended.
Yep. If you're that easily offended, stay home. Don't have a TV.
I suspect that people who are listening / watching this are not easily offended because
I want to say that we have the cool audience.
I know we have the cool audience. Y'all are hip. Do people say hip anymore? I don't care.
Well, it's like Wizard. Let's bring it back. That's Wizard.
What is that? That's from something. What is that from?
Robot Chicken, the Star Wars.
Oh, right. Wizard, I'm bringing it back.
Darth Vader said that on the Star Wars part of it.
Nice.
Nobody says Wizard anymore. And then later on, he's like, I'm bringing Wizard back. But yeah, if you're that easily offended, stay at home. Don't go out.
Don't go out.
Don't
Stay in your house.
Don't have a TV. Don't have a radio. Just
Oh
read
my
books
God.
and be a bored motherfucker.
No, have a TV, but just keep it on PBS. I have a feeling you like milk. You drink a lot of milk and you like PBS. All I'm picturing now is Flanders. Would you like some nachos? Flanders style, cucumbers with sour cream on it. No, cucumbers and cottage cheese.
Hey.
That's the thing. If I fucked up a Flanders thing, all the Simpson nerds would have been all over my ass.
Yep.
Like, no, it was cottage cheese, bitch. Get it right. I got it right. It's cottage cheese.
Yeah, one day I was on Netflix and I was trying to find something to watch. I saw that and I'm like, all right, let me try it. And I watched like 4 episodes and I'm like, this is fucking hilarious. And I figured I gotta show Tyra, I gotta show Joe.
Right.
I text my friend Tyrone to tell him about it. He texts me back, I've already seen him.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, naturally. Just when I want to try to get you hooked on a show for once.
Right.
He's already seen it. Because
Yeah.
he's got the same humor that we all do.
Right. Well, I actually think he's probably a little worse than me.
He is.
But that's fine. That's fine.
But yeah, it's a great show.
It is a good show,
Fun
yeah.
as hell, and like I said, you're easily offended, don't even go near it.
Yeah. But like I said, I think people who listen to this show is not.
No.
But you know what? I'm just remembering. Netflix has a. Doesn't Netflix have like an option? Like if you have children, you can only like things that come up will only be like rated a certain like G or whatever. Don't they have a kids option?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. So there you go.
When
So it shouldn't even be an issue.
when Tab and I go to log in,
Yeah.
she's got her own thing with movies. I got my own.
Yeah.
Either she selects hers with her name. I got mine with my name, and there's one that says kids.
Oh, yeah.
So I assume you can go into the kids one and probably load up all kids shows and
Right.
maybe have like a lock or something on the other ones.
So listen, if you have that option and you're not using it, and little Johnny's just going into your,
It's your fault, not the world's.
I'm doing a lot of hating on little Johnny today. That's all right. He's a little shit. So if little Johnny's going into your menu and he's watching Big Mouth, that's your fault. Not theirs.
Yes.
Exactly. So speaking of which, did you finally see the finale of American Horror Story? Or have you not gotten around to that yet?
Yeah, we did.
Did you? Did you? And I'm not going to ruin it for people if you haven't yet, but did you like the ending?
No.
I thought it was really predictable and kind of anticlimactic.
Yeah, I agree.
Thank you. Although I thought it was funny because Billy Eichner tweeted out the other day because Charles Manson did die.
Yes.
Recently, like within the past week, and he tweeted out, he goes, "Well, Charles Manson at least had the courtesy to wait until American Horror Story was over to die."
Wow, what a coincidence.
They did a little Charles Manson thing on the horror story. It was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So now that it's over, and it was actually that was brought up at Thanksgiving because my nephew's wife was like, "Tara, what'd you think of the end?" And I was like, I thought it was kind of anticlimactic. I said they probably could have done at least 2 or 3 more episodes and stretched out that ending. Instead, it was kind of like, wait, here's how it's going to end. And it's like, oh, okay. And she goes, oh, and then she says, I have to watch the Coven season. She goes, you have to watch Coven season. It's the best. And I said, well, Jay and I had kind of discussed, like, maybe after the holidays, because now I have to watch my holiday movies and stuff. Yep. So I said, maybe after the holidays and I'm looking for something to watch, I was like, I think, I'm probably going to try to go back and watch some of the other seasons. She's like, oh, start with Coven. And I was like, well, I want to start with 1 and then work my way. No, don't start with 1. It sucked. And I'm like, well, I want to see it, though.
Well, you can see it if you want to. How about that?
She's like, no. Well, I know. All right, so I hear season 1 is...
Just like what we were saying about being offended.
Yeah. So it's like, I hear season 1 is not great, and then she goes, and she's with you on the circus season. She goes, oh, that's a bad season.
Yeah, that was kind of dull.
And I said, well, I'll probably watch it anyway. I think there's probably a throwback. Isn't the clown thing that was in this season? Wasn't he in the circus? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, there you go. It was anticlimactic. It was just like, okay. It's over. I get it. All right. I don't know why they felt the need like they had to wrap it up in 10 episodes. They could have like at least done 12.
Yeah, you'd think.
It seems like a lot of these shows, like
well,
seasons,
that makes sense to us.
Seasons are just getting shorter. You know?
Yeah, it's like the themes. They're getting shorter and shorter.
If a show has a theme song at all.
Yep.
That actually might be how we close the show. Okay, so because today is Black Friday, I'm wondering how many of you have gone to the shops. Some stores, now I'm really getting tired of this stores opening on Thanksgiving bullshit, but stores opened yesterday on Thanksgiving at like 5, 6 o'clock at night.
That's not Black Friday, people.
No, it's Thanksgiving.
Yes.
That's Thanksgiving shopping, not Black
Thursday.
Friday shopping. Now, you and I had a conversation last year. Last year's Black Friday episode actually was really funny. And hopefully this one is too. Where Sean and I had actually discussed Black Friday, and then we had said we should go to the mall on Black Friday night and videotape see if we can get some crazy shit happening. But everything happened so early last night.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there was no point to it because...
Oh, that and you went to bed about 10.
I did go to bed at like 10:30. I was tired, man. Well, it was like... And it wasn't like Jay... Alright, Jay left. He had to go to work on Thanksgiving. So he left at like... it must have been around 8:30. I was awake, but I chose to stay in bed. And I was doing this debate. I'm like, should I get up and make breakfast for myself? Should I get up and just whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Should I stay or should I go?
I did nothing. I just stayed in bed. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I very rarely get like a morning I can do that.
Yeah.
So I stayed in bed. Daisy was content to lay next to me. She was fine.
Mm-hmm.
So we just laid in bed. Then I got up and got ready. I had to leave by like noon. And then I was eating all day, and that takes a lot of stress out of you. So I wanted to go to bed early.
Well, turkey makes you tired.
It does. Oh, I was ready for a nap at like 5:30. Like 5:30 came, and I was looking at Jay, and I'm like, I could just like lay on the floor and take a nap. And I was like, what time is it? And he goes, oh, it's only like 5:38. I was like, why does it feel like 10 o'clock at night?
Turkey.
And then Tony from across the room goes, it's 10 o'clock in like Italy or something. I said,
10
oh.
o'clock somewhere.
Yeah, he's like, you're fine if you want a nap. It's 10 o'clock. It's like, okay, well, now I'm on Italy time. So, we had wanted to do that, but they had cocked us up because they did everything so early. It was so sad. Someday. And you know, the stores shouldn't even be able to do that.
No.
Why? Like, I would be bullshit if I worked retail and had to get up from my family dinner to go to work.
To watch a bunch of crazy people lose their fucking minds.
Over shit. It's just stuff. And the other thing that was like in the back of my mind last night as I was trying to go to sleep, and that's where everything comes to the front of my mind, is that there was no big item this year. Unless I missed it. Because last year it was the Hatchimal thing. Mm-hmm. That's the thing people were going and beating each other up and buying on eBay for $5,000. That's an exaggeration. It was more like $100. And, you know, going crazy over. And to my knowledge, that there was no big toy this year, unless I'm completely oblivious.
Well, it doesn't help too much that they don't really make too many toy commercials either.
Not really anymore, no. Remember the 80s?
Yeah, I was going to say, when we were kids, there was always toy commercials for almost every cartoon show and adventure show that there was.
Matter of fact, they built shows around toys. He-Man is a great example of that. That was a toy line that happened to have a show. He-Man makes me cough. Exactly. So it was like... You know, and so I don't think that there was any big items, unless people were mauling each other over like cheap TVs. We watched some Black Friday supposed from this year, although I find it hard to believe.
Yeah, with the video, like the clearness of the video.
Yeah, well, and some of the videos was like, oh, that's in the exact same video compilation. It was like, who's stealing videos?
Mm-hmm.
So
that's all they do.
Yeah.
You got like 16 different posts, and they all had the same videos, and they had just different orders.
I know. Although that one guy had the decency, he did like, what is it? He did like a big flashback thing, where it was like, he started the video with everybody trampling, and then the broken door, and then later he showed it from a different angle, and then at the very end, we learned how the door got broken. So I was like, oh, he did that in like flashback form.
That was cool.
Yeah, that was actually kind of cool. I don't know if he did it on purpose. But if he did, that was epic. So we didn't get to show you guys any Black Friday craziness because all the shit happened before we could get out. But I know what you're saying to yourself. Self? I wonder if Tara and Sean happen to have any Black Friday stories, even though they didn't participate in any Black Friday fights.
I bet we do.
The answer is yes.
Yay!
Big yes. So,
on to some of those.
Let me get my 52 pages. My printer, real quick, my printer decided to print it was like, there's like 8 words on every page. It's like, that's it. It printed so stupid. So we're just going to whip right through these. I'm going to clear my throat. So, here is the first one. Oh, this is a long story. Let me get my thoughts together, shall I?
Oh, this is a long one. This is going to be 6 out of 52.
3 out of 52 pages. Alright, so Black Friday stories. Boom, here we go. I worked as a supervisor at Toys R Us for several years. On Black Friday, we opened at midnight. At least they had the courtesy to open at midnight and not 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
That's how it's done.
Thank you.
Yes.
And you basically hug the wall and hope you don't get crushed, so you are stuck in the same spot for hours. This grown woman was about 500th in the first wave. She told me the lines were too long. Aww. I told her that's what happens on Black Friday. She said we should make them shorter. Wow. Okay.
Keep wishing, lady.
Shall I change the weather for you as well?
So we reserve the front space parking for you, too.
Exactly.
Your Highness.
Yeah, I know. Your Royal Majesty.
Get out of here.
Light bulb wave. So that's it. Hurt my brain, but I explained that every register was open. She said she wanted to go to the front. I told her that everyone does, and that's why we have a line. She asked to see my manager. I told her that is not possible because there were over 2,000 people in the store. She threw a tantrum and sat on the floor in the middle of the line. Whenever the line moved, she would push her cart and crawl after it, then resume sitting on the floor with her arms crossed. Oh my gosh, people.
Grow the hell up.
But, like, here's the thing. She was protesting the long line while sitting in the line.
They should all give her a kick while walking by.
Oh, I told them, they'd be like, bitch, unless you're cleaning the floor down there, you get the fuck up.
Yeah. 2 people grab her by her shoulders and start cleaning the floor with her.
I love this next story. This next story is my favorite. I'm not even going to save it for last. I'm going to give it to you now.
Nice.
I'm going to give it to you now. Because that's what we do.
And that's what the hormone monster would want.
Yes.
Give it.
This is epic. I want to do this so bad.
Ooh.
We worked for a small and independent video game store. We have a great rapport with regulars. On Black Friday, we were out of PlayStations. Early in the morning, and people were very angry. A cool as ice regular who bought one earlier had came in for a memory card and walked in and saw what was happening. He grabbed his PlayStation out of his car, walked in with it, held it above his head, and shouted, "They have them at Sears!" The store cleaned out of everyone just because they wanted to get that system, but Sears never got their shipment. They have them at Sears!
How about the employees were thanking this guy? Oh, you can have that memory card. It's on us.
Exactly.
Here, take this too. Have an extra game.
Have an extra game. Exactly. Okay.
That's epic.
That is awesome, isn't it? They have them at Sears.
Woo!
Run.
Everybody sees.
Everybody Sears. Worked at a mall on Black Friday as a teenager. My store manager scheduled 2 people to man the store until 11 a.m., came in and wondered why the store was a mess with a line wrapped around the store. My coworker stood on the counter and announced to the store that this man was the genius that only scheduled 2 people because, in his words, Black Friday is media hype. Also, we were robbed blind with not being able to leave the registers. Media hype, but he'd take the money, right?
Yep, of course.
Exactly.
Dick.
A lady called 911 because we wouldn't price match with Best Buy.
Wow.
The police came and arrested her for misusing emergency service.
Good for them.
Oh. Isn't it like the same? I wonder if it's the same bitch who called 911 over chicken nuggets. There are a lot of chicken nuggets.
Could be.
We don't care. There's the store on fire? Why are you calling us? Was working at a clothing store, and we were slammed all day. A customer overheard my manager say I couldn't take lunch and to just work through it. She came back with sandwiches for me and my coworkers, plus drinks.
Nice.
I wanted to give you guys like a pleasant story.
Nice.
To restore your faith in humanity before I crash it down on the rocks again. By telling you about the horrible fucking people out there.
Well, it's good that there's some nice ones out there still.
Yes, there are. But I just told you, it's humanity.
One.
Also, I wanted to mention that because I know managers like that. They're like, oh, just work through your lunch. Fuck you! Work through my lunch. First of all, that's illegal. Is it not illegal?
You're supposed to get a lunch. No
You have to get a lunch.
Whether it's a half hour or an hour. You're supposed to get one by law.
Yeah, so even though this cockstain's telling them...
It should be up to you whether or not to work through it.
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, whether or not you take your lunch, the hours will get deducted from your pay.
Mm-hmm.
It's because that's the law. They have to do that. So he's telling these people to work through lunch, and then, but like, they're not going to get paid for their lunch anyway. Asshole.
Like a dick.
Mm.
There's your lunch.
Sorry for profanity, but bad managers absolutely drive me crazy. I've had so many in my life. I'm thinking of one in particular. Long time ago. What an asshole. That's something he would say, by the way. Oh, exactly. That was the thing. It was like the day after New Year's. I remember the guy. His name was Jim. He's an ass. I got into work. It was a day after New Year's, so it was New Year's Day. I was like 10 minutes late because, New Year's Eve. Mm-hmm. Not my fault. No. He was bullshitting me. Oh, yelled at me like, he was giving me side eye all day. I'm like, I'm sorry you have no life. I had a life back then. Back then I have a life. I didn't have one. I don't have one now.
You have more free time, too.
Well, I'd like to say that I did. I don't remember too much of it. That was just before we met. That was that job I had before the job that I met you. That shitty-ass job. Retail sucks.
It was still epic the way you left the job that we worked at.
He was a jerk. And in that letter, I'm proud of that letter. I wish I kept a copy of it. Anyway, back to Black Friday Madness. Woo. Today, one of our male customers hit another male customer upside the head with a crock pot.
Nice.
What were they fighting over? The crock pot. Both customers had to be dragged out of the store by police.
Hey, you wanted the crock pot.
And even with these stories, and even with the videos that we watched earlier, it's like, I don't understand fighting over an item. Like, it's only November. You're gonna see the item again.
Yeah.
You'll probably get as good a price. Like, what's assault over a crock pot? And then, you know what? When you give that crock pot to that person at Christmas, you're gonna have to be like, I hope you appreciate that, because Daddy went to jail for 2 days over that crock pot.
Enjoy your crock pot, but I'm sorry for the little blood stain on the side.
You know why it's dented?
That washes right off.
You know why it's dented? Because Daddy had to maul somebody with it. That's why.
Then when I brought it up to the counter with the dent, I asked for a discount.
I know. This is dented on a guy's head. Can I get a discount? Exactly. Okay. Even though I worked at Walmart for almost 11 years, I somehow avoided the worst of Black Friday crowds. But here are some of my highlights. Cart stealing. Every damn year. Never a doorbuster item in your cart and turn your... never leave a doorbuster item in your cart and turn your back. Oh, so people stealing items out of the cart. I thought people were legit stealing carts from the store.
I thought so too.
Yeah, they should have reworded that. Cops arresting someone for stealing a cart with a woman's purse in it. Okay.
Theft.
Don't leave your purse.
Don't bring your purse.
Well, you need your purse.
Bring your cards, bring your money, and bring your license, and keep them in your pocket. That's all.
Yeah. Layaway lines that stretched almost 3/4 of the perimeter of the store.
Wow.
People would try to sneak into line and nearly get beaten by people behind them. Wow. Customers asking electronics associates if they'll watch their kids so they can shop. This happened more than once.
Leave the kids at home. Find someone to watch them.
We had this discussion earlier, too, because we watched these Black Friday videos, and people have, like, little kids, and they're holding them above their heads, like the kids for sale. I'm like, chop sale, chop sale.
They're like this.
Black Friday deal. Just buy one, get one. And I'm
They
like...
have they have them at Sears.
That's good. I like that. You got me. Legit. And people are bringing these little kids, and first of all, a little kid doesn't need to see that kind of madness.
Or be involved in it.
Or be involved in it, and these children are getting trampled.
One of the videos that we saw, some lady was getting 3 of something. She had 2, and she had her little kid hold the 3rd one, and some bitch came by and ripped it right out of the kid's hand.
I legit think that was a crock pot. It was some kind of pot. Not smoke pot, but it was some kind of pot.
Yeah. The kid should have nailed her in the head with it.
Oh my god.
Discount.
It's got a dent in it. And blood. Multiple workers reduced to tears by customers literally screaming at them, including a poor 18-year-old girl that was called ignorant whore because the store ran out of Game Boys.
Really?
More than one of these people were thrown out of the store. Good. You don't deserve a Game Boy with that kind of attitude.
She's not the one that placed the order. So it's not her fault. She just works there.
This is a dated reference. A guy bought 2 Tickle Me Elmo dolls, then waited until the store was sold out. He stood in the parking lot trying to sell it for $300. His 10 and 11-year-olds stood behind him holding a bat, quote, just in case. So involving your children, that's awful. I hope that guy got mugged. I don't hope for muggings for many people, but this guy deserved it.
Wow.
By far the best was 3 grandmothers getting into a literal fistfight over a Furby. That's another dated toy.
Those are worth a lot now.
Are they really?
You can get a lot for this one right here.
Oh, shit.
Yep, I wish I still had mine.
Oh, you had a Furby?
I had one and a couple years ago, or somewhere within the last 5 years, I put it on eBay.
Oh.
I probably got like maybe $20, $30 for it at the time.
Oh.
Now I found out that they're worth a lot.
Damn. Well,
Son
fun.
of a bitch.
Exactly.
I want it back. Give my Furby back.
Backsies. So, full-on brawl, rolling around the floor, kicking and punching. Nobody knew what to do. It took 2 women and a manager to pull them apart. It was the most screwed up thing I had ever seen.
Tough women.
I guess, yeah. Well, when Furbies are involved, yeah. Fuck that.
Furbies are involved. You turn green.
Furbies are involved, the gloves are off, my friend.
You get that super strength, the Incredible Hulk strength.
That's right. I worked in home theater in Best Buy in Southern California. We had this
Cali.
really... There you go, Callie. We had this really shitty Pioneer home theater in a box that retailed normally for $200. It was on sale for $150. Okay. We literally had 500 in stock. They were fucking everywhere. In every aisle of home theater, in the overstock, warehouse, floor shelves, overhead storage, everywhere. We had a few pallets on the racetrack that we would keep stocked as best we could throughout the day. Well, as it happens, on Black Friday, we got busy. The pile dwindled, so there was only 1 on the pallet. Never mind that anyone with eyes can see we have hundreds more around. Only 1 on the pallet. Must be the last one in store. Well, this lady grabs it, puts it in her cart. Some guy was clearly moving in for it, but he was beat. Lady is oblivious, so she turns down a movie aisle and proceeds to look through one of the bins filled with random $2.99 DVDs. I'm just going to pause for 1 second. I hate those movie bins. Hate them.
It shouldn't be that hard to have shelves made, stock the DVDs like this so we can read them this way.
They're so
Sideways.
They're so chaotic. Like, they could even put them in, like, nicely, like this, but they're just kind of thrown in.
Where sometimes I think when the day's slow,
Yeah.
they actually neaten them up, but they go like in a circular way with the DVDs.
Yeah.
And another row on top of that.
Right.
It doesn't take long before it starts looking like you just dropped them all in there.
God, I hate those bins. They're awful.
And then when you start trying to look through a couple over here, about 4 of them over there fall over the edge or
Oh, yeah.
down below, and you got people looking around. They're looking at you because you just dropped some.
Yeah, they're too chaotic. You can't find anything.
Get real shelves.
Exactly.
It's a lot neater.
So, the dude sneaks up behind her
Boom!
and lifts it off her cart and starts to walk off. He gets 10 feet before this very large older man, in his early 50s, I'd guess, says, "No, you don't, motherfucker," and delivers him a square punch.
Nice.
More of a jab, really, but in the jaw. The would-be thief falls into one of the DVD shelves. Well, now they'll be easy to find. And drops the TV. The older guy then picks it up, puts it back on the lady's cart. She is still oblivious.
Wow.
And walks away. As the thief, who was clearly shocked and confused more than injured, stands up, sees me and my co-worker staring at him bewildered, each holding more of the TV units he was trying to steal in our arms as we were just restocking the pallet. The guy stands up, walks over, grabs one, walks away without saying a word. That was one of the best I've seen. I worked 4 Black Fridays in all and never saw anything more bizarre. And then everybody went through the DVDs that were on the floor.
See, he should have done what everyone else does.
Hmm?
Find an employee. Do you have any more up back?
I hate when people would ask me that.
No, a lot of times the store doesn't have anything out back.
Yeah.
And I think half the time they do, they just don't want to go look.
Oh, absolutely.
So I
Absolutely.
was 50-50 on that.
Although I will say that when I worked at Bradley's, dated reference, when I worked at Bradley's, and many a Black Friday, might I add, I remember people going fucking crazy. They were beating the door down. NSYNC was big. They had like just come out. Well, not like just, well, yeah, just come out. And they was like NSYNC dolls.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, or were they Backstreet? I think it was NSYNC. Anyway, people going ape shit over
They were
those.
both out at the same time.
Yeah, I know. It's hard for me to tell the difference.
They were the updated new kids.
Yeah, they all look the same anyway.
Boy bands.
I know. Oh, boy. Anyway, so people would often be like, do you have it out back? And it's like, that's like the 20th time I've been asked. I already know I don't have it out back. If I felt like placating somebody, I would walk out back and then hang out and then go back and be like, no. But, I mean, 9 times out of 10, I already knew what I had out back.
Mm-hmm.
So, I can cover for those people. But sometimes they are just like, me.
I don't want to go back.
Yeah, no. Well, I gotta do something? Oh, my God.
It's
But I
on
want more money.
I want to go back and look for you. It's on the third shelf up there.
I know. How am I supposed to reach that?
I'll have to do work.
Oh, man. I used to hate... Because I worked in... what did they call it? They called it domestics in Bradley's, which was basically like home stuff. It'd be like the home department. So it was like towels and sheets and curtains and shit like that. People would be like, I used to hate when people would ask me for bedding stuff because the bedding stock was upstairs. So you go like in the stock room.
It was upstairs.
And you have to climb these rickety ass stairs. I am so scarred from going up those stairs.
It was upstate.
Yeah, I know. I live upstate. Okay. Oh, this isn't retail, but it's still, apparently it's a horrible customer. Not retail, but I used to work at a local pizza and beer place that's pretty well known around my city. A lady comes in for lunch, exhausted from having been at the stores, and completely incapable of going more than 5 seconds without telling anyone within earshot how dedicated to shopping she was and how much money she was saving. She proceeds to ask me what our Black Friday specials were in a pizza place. Well, we're a pizza shop. We did have a lunch special every day, so I told her what it was. This was apparently too much for her to handle. She proceeds to lose her freaking mind, shrieking at me about how she has been up since before dawn And everyone else in America has Black Friday special. Why don't we? I don't think the South Park episode had aired yet, but she ended her rant with, I thought I was in America. I'm still in America, right? Oh, that's a funny South Park episode with Randy. I thought this was America. I thought it was America. That was the second customer I ever told to F off while working at that establishment. That was also the 1,000th time I realized that working in restaurants can be awful. But at least I wasn't working retail. Precisely. Okay, in my store, we had a line set up going from where you would enter the store, you enter the line, which is near the entrance. It's so fucking convoluted.
Wow.
And then this line will span all over the store. Well, that sounds messy. So you will be able to pick up any item without leaving the line. Oh, I like that. So you basically get in line, and as you're in line moving toward the register, you're shopping. That's good. I like that idea.
I like to watch that and just put it in fast motion and play Benny Hill theme. Sounds like one of those moments.
That's how you'd see like Hey. Oh, a woman stormed into the shop with an empty cart and her 2 small children. Sean.
Leave them at home.
She pushed through the line with her cart, elbowing everyone to the side so her and her children could get past. She went to the electronics section and picked up about 50 DVDs, then pushed to the last register, which was quite hard to reach since you had to push through 8 different lines, and then just stood there and waited. She waited until someone was not paying attention enough and then quickly just took the spot and put her stuff on the register. Wow. The balls. The balls.
The balls.
We had a 16-year-old boy at said register, and he had to tell her that this was not the way things worked. She demanded to talk to a manager. Oh, I love the I want to see a manager person.
You get too many of them.
Oh, God, yeah.
What's the matter? You can't handle this yourself? That's like, Mom, Timmy hit me.
Work it out amongst yourselves. I know. So one of our managers came over and explained to her what she did wrong. She explained that she thought the line was too long, so she took the spot because the guy behind her was not paying enough attention and she didn't want to wait in line. Well, aren't you special? Everybody's special. I don't want to wait in line. Well, then you should.
Who does?
I know.
Stay home.
There's 100 people who feel the same way. You know what? Just get through. Pay for your shit. Get out of the way. Move on.
You know
I hate those people who dawdle at the register. Yes. Let me get my act together and, then fiddle and talk to the cashier and wish them a happy St. Swithin's Day and I can get out of the way.
They're just saying wants to take like 5 minutes to write a check.
Yo.
When these days, all they have to do is sign it and write something else on it.
Yeah, all you really got to do is sign it and then date it, and then the fucking machine does the rest.
Yeah.
Although, I think that's how it still works. I haven't written a check since, for me and Fred Flintstone went to high school together. So our manager told her to either get back in the line or out of the store, and then she slapped him.
Ooh, assault.
Exactly.
Charges.
Yes, she open-handed slapped him. I got a little angry even hearing about this, but he retaliated and slapped her back. Good.
Yeah.
We had this discussion because we were watching this Black Friday thing, and this guy had this, it was like a Huffy bike, and this woman was trying to steal it, and she was like grabbing at him, blah, 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 and he just kept like politely nudging her away. And I'm like, why doesn't he just punch her in the face? That'll get rid of her. And Sean goes, well, he's probably just trying to be a gentleman. And I said, I think if you put your hands on somebody else, that gives them the right to put their hands on you. You know what I'm saying? If I punch a dude in the face, I think just because I'm a woman, he can't be like, oh, I can't punch her back. No, I hit you. You can totally hit me back. That's how life works. If you put your hands on somebody else, then
you can do it
in a menacing way, it's self-defense. You have the right to defend yourself. So there you go. I'm not saying go home and punch your spouse tonight, but I am saying if they hit you, you can hit them back. It's okay. I am 100% on this guy's side.
And make sure you got video footage of them hitting you first.
Oh, God, yes. Somebody, you know what? Everybody's always filming. Somebody's probably filming it.
Someone has to be filming.
Yes.
Just make a big enough scene before you hit them back.
Exactly. She screamed and called for security. The security laughed at her after members of the line backed up the manager, and she and her kids were escorted out of the store.
Nice.
I should also mention it took quite some physical force to actually get this woman out of the store. Actually. She tried coming back in and doing the same thing at another register twice.
Did they escort her out the second time?
I assume so.
I hope so.
I assume so.
Someone should have been there to cut her off coming back in.
You've been cut off. Okay. I had this happen today. Where I work, we open at 9 p.m. Thanksgiving Day and don't close until 11 p.m. Black Friday. I had a line... What the fuck does that mean? I was a line queuer, which means I direct people to the end of the line and let people go to the register when it's empty. All right, I get it. Mm-hmm. You're the line cop. We only have one register in electronics. Always the way.
Yep.
A woman stood behind the person at the register, and my line was already 200 long, so I went up to her and said, if you're ready to check out, our electronics line actually starts back here. Her reply, so? I want to check out now. I understand, ma'am. Everyone else here wants to check out as well, and the people you would be cutting in front have been waiting for an hour plus. Open more registers then. Well, I'm glad this woman has the secrets to life. All our registers are open, including the pharmacy. Now there are over 1,500 people in the store right now, and we are moving as fast as we can. It continued for a good 5 minutes until she rammed her cart into my stomach and stormed out, "People suck." That's the person literally wrote that. People suck. That's not me.
So she struck him with the cart, so that means he can self-defense and go punch her in the face.
You know what? According to what I said previously, yes. And I can't renege on it. I can't go back on it. So, yes, he can punch her in the face.
Ma'am?
At the very least, he should take the cart and chase her out of the store and hit her. He should flat tire her, like hit the back of her shoes or her shoe comes off. Because that's annoying as hell and it hurts just enough. Like, God damn it! My shoe!
Or just run up behind her with the cart, pick her up and throw her in the cart, and then woo! Just send her out the door by the cart.
You're out of here. I worked in a small retail store that only had 4 registers. Well, God damn it.
Wow.
Black Friday comes and lines for the registers are to the back of the store.
It would be.
Of course, yeah. Woman in line complains that the lines are too long and we need to do something. I tell her all the registers are open. She calls me a liar and gets out of line to prove I'm wrong. She walks to the front, sees all the registers open, then wants to get back in line. I inform her that she left the line and would have to go to the back. This was my personal Black Friday victory.
She is an idiot.
Precisely.
And I know that feeling about the lines. There being like a couple registers.
Yeah.
Sometimes on a Friday after we record the show, or sometimes maybe on a Saturday if we really need something, I go to the Super Walmart.
Yeah.
That's in Plymouth. And we're talking like 11:30 maybe. There's actually quite a few people that are shopping. Really? And you know how these Super Walmarts have all these registers?
Oh, I don't know why they have all those registers.
They have so many, and they have one whole section that has about 6 registers at least that you can self-check out.
Oh, I love those.
Yeah, but they're never open.
Oh, fuck.
No, I'll go, want to go pick up certain DVD or get a couple of things for the house on the way home. Mm-hmm. They have one register open that's 20 or less, and one register open for more than 20. Ew. That's it. And usually at 11:30 at night, 12 o'clock, there's quite a few people shopping.
Really?
So the line goes into the apparel section
Wow.
because they only have 2 registers open. That's it.
Ugh.
They don't open any other one. It's ridiculous. I can see if there's only 5 people shopping at 12 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Then I can see there's 2 registers open, but word's gotten out. People are coming to the shop at Walmart at like 12 o'clock at night.
You got it. You guys, the secret's out. Go to Walmart late at night.
Open more registers. God.
Stores are never staffed properly. I don't know who does the scheduling, but they're a blind fool. I work in a coffee shop in a mall. A coworker said he saw 2 men fighting over a parking spot, actual fist fight and all. A guy complained to the entire staff that the music was too loud and repeatedly yelled to turn it down. Like, I can leave my post and turn the music down when I have a line of 100 plus people.
Hold it, fellas. Hold it. I'm afraid you just too darn loud.
You're too darn loud.
Next, please.
I know. I'm currently...
Back to the Future reference.
Yeah.
You didn't know?
Oh, yeah. I gotcha.
Oh, you got me. I don't know. Some
yeah.
people might not know.
Well, I'm sorry. When I was 19, I was working for Walmart. This particular Black Friday was the beginning of the wild banshee craze that is so prevalent nowadays. I got pulled into the back only to find out the pallets of goods were ready to hit the floor. The manager that pulled me in gave me the second pallet from the door. It was full of 27-inch TVs. He looked at me right in the eyes and said, "Son, something isn't right, and them people out there, just pull the pallet, drop it, and run." He was sensing. It was like sense of snow. He knew something bad was going to happen. He felt it.
Save yourself. Drop it and run.
I know. Save yourself. Run. Save yourself. The TV's aren't worth it. He proceeded to kick the swinging doors like a superhero. I followed him into the zombie horde known as the customers. The pallet was so heavy, I was at a 45 to the floor. I guess he's like a 45-degree angle, and struggling to get it going. I was 20 feet into the crowd when my pallet crashed into my heels. I turned around to find all of my 27-inch TVs had been ripped off my pallet. It was done so fast that I didn't even feel the weight change. It just crashed into my heels and cut both of my ankles. Oh.
But no one gives a shit.
Oh, no. Oh, here we go. No, the boss. My boss stopped, jumped on top of his pallet, and yelled, "Look here, you pathetic fucks. If any of you try that shit again, we'll shut the store down, and none of you motherfuckers are going to have a Merry Christmas." Wow.
Nice.
None of you. Everyone backed away as he calmly proceeded to drop his pallet. It was nuts. Afterwards, he pulled me out back and gave me a smoke while we got our story straight about what really was said. He's a good guy. Wow.
Oh, his ankles are hurt. I hope he gives him some weed and not a cigarette.
Here's a cigarette, and you get a break tonight. That's all you're gonna get.
You can have your lunch break.
You take your lunch break. Take it all 20 minutes. I had to work on Thanksgiving and Black Friday weekend on a busy street in Manhattan. It being my first retail job in the city, I was unaware that the streets were going to be barricaded off by police. No one gave me a heads up, and I arrived at work. Oh, no one gave me a heads up to arrive at work an hour earlier, so I had to fight my way through a crowd just to get ignored by all the officers standing guard. They didn't believe my story, so it took my supervisor. It took a supervisor with my retail credentials to get me through. How embarrassing! But hey, I got paid overtime.
Good for you.
Well, at least he's got a bright spot about it.
Yeah.
My uncle used to be really into Black Friday shopping. He and his wife would sit with the flyers and plot out their whole plan and the order they would go to stores. Wow! My uncle is 6'5". He generally has few problems getting what he wants. So when he went out, he would find a little old lady and ask what she was looking for. Oh, that's so sweet. This guy's my new hero.
Yay.
Normally it was some door-buster toy that she wanted for her grandkids. When the doors opened, he would go in with the crowd And with his height, long legs, and the fact that no one would bother him because he's huge, he could find the doorbuster fast and would grab 2 of them and go back and find the little lady and give it to her. It's not a jerk story. It's not a jerk story, but it always made me feel proud of my uncle. The other story he told us was when Cabbage Patch dolls came out, he went to this little store to get one because they were on sale. When he got to the rack, there was a mad mob of people standing in front of all the dolls with the managers with a baseball bat who managed to get everyone to calm down and pass out dolls without fistfights or death. I like how he wrote fistfights or death. Last year I had an anxiety attack in the store. I had only been home from, Jesus. This is bad. I'm not going to read this story. We're not going to read that story. I'm going to edit that right out. I'll tell you why off mic. Okay. Worked my first retail job my freshman year of college at Sports Authority.
Yay.
Oh! At Sports Authority, when Heelys were becoming popular, these are the shoes with wheels and heels. With wheels and heels, that's okay. Our store offered an extended warranty option for them. This was the product that was easiest to pitch the warranty on because it was an extremely cheap product and the company had us claim that we could replace the shoe if anything ever went wrong. My job for 10 hours was to stand at this single shoe rack and sell warranties. All associates would receive commission on warranties. We can totally vouch for that.
Yes.
Sold for any products, and a large gift card prize was to be given to the associate who sold the most. Well, fuck, we didn't get that.
Well, me working in the...
You were in exercise.
Yes, I was trying to remember what they called it.
Yes.
I was in the exercise department, and I had all the treadmills and
Yes.
all the machines and all that, so I got to sell quite a bit of those.
All right, so now I'm sad. I'm thinking I've got this thing in the bag. I'm going to make a decent commission, even if I don't win overall, just because of the sheer number of the stupid shoes people will buy. Black Friday crumbs. I sell the crap out of these things, give every customer a brochure on the warranty, and talk everyone I can into getting it. Most people think it's a great idea, since it's only a few dollars and we're going to replace the shoe if it breaks. Towards the end of the shift, the GM lets me know we've sold a ton of warranties for the shoes. I go home thinking I'm going to make a good bonus, and it looks like I might even win. Come in next week to find out the douchebag cashier won. Whatever, still getting the bonus, only earned $5 commission. What the hell? Turns out the cashier ignored my name on all those warranty brochures, or when people told him who had helped them, and just counted the warranties as his own. He made $150 extra from my work and won the contest. Well played, sir. I can't even be mad. No, I'd be mad.
I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
I'd be like, if they didn't back me up, I'd quit.
Seriously.
I wouldn't want to work for a bunch of assholes like that, and then I'd punch that one guy out in the face going out the door.
Okay, so last story, because I know we're going kind of long on time.
Yeah.
But, it's a holiday, so you might need this as, a commute. Commute might help you with your commute. I don't know. I worked for 5 years at a major Canadian electronics retailer. I have seen things.
I would hope so.
Oh my god, I love this story. I love it already. I have seen things. You don't even know.
Hello, Canada.
I have seen the shattered souls of men and women. Piles of wrapped merchandise ripped open by curious matrons, spilled printers everywhere the day before.
Oh.
I have seen a coworker have a nervous breakdown when faced with a line 10 miles long of angry customers while a woman can't figure out how to use her debit card. There's a special place for people like that.
Yeah, the same ones to the right checks.
Yeah. I was almost crushed by a rampaging horde of first generation...
I think I say whore.
A rampaging horde of people as they rushed our one sales guy. I was saved by a former football buddy of mine who pulled me up by my shirt and promptly asked where the $299 computer was. This season is cold. This season is heartless. Damn you, Thanksgiving and Black Friday, for corrupting my season. Oh. Hashtag retail be crazy. That's what he wrote. Hashtag retail be crazy. So that's some Black Friday stuff for you.
A lot of crazy shit.
Real quick, I did mention at the beginning of the show all the places that you can reach us. If you have any Black Friday stories or have seen something cool on YouTube, throw us the link. We'll check it out. I love Black Friday horror stories. Sean and I worked retail for a long time. Well, I worked retail for a long time. I know.
I did quite a bit in the 90s.
He's got some battle scars too. So we love to hear about it because we don't have to deal with it anymore. So that's it. We hope you had a peaceful Thanksgiving. Hope you didn't get mauled by Black Friday shopping. I'm gonna shut up now. Sean's got something to tell you. Ooh, I'm just knocking shit down. Whoa! It's cold out there alone, buddy. It's cold out there alone.
Have a good everything. We out. Oh, that's
What?
by pulling the table back. That's a lot of room.
It really is. We have a lot going on back there now.
This is the room.
Yeah. There's a hair right here. I don't like it.
I keep forgetting about making that stand for the banner.
Look at the banner. Okay. I look translucent. Oh, Christ. We look so far away. No. Let's get that out of my system right now.
Oh, even that was loud. Sinuses were fine until I sat over here.
Oh, naturally.
Like, oh, you gonna start the show? Yeah.
Oh, you know what? We should save the beginning and put it on the end. For like credits?
Yeah.
Because that's fucking funny. Oh my god. Oh. I think we're good now.